The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan, is lucky to be joined by R.J. Davis here at ACC Tip-Off. UNC grad student guard, defending reigning ACC Player of the Year, Jerry West Award winner. I'll just throw one more stat at you. First UNC guard to be a consensus unanimous first-team All-American since Joe Forte back in the 2000-2001 season. So we could go on, but yeah, I think you get the gist. RJ, we'll start with some stats. Does the number 784 mean anything to you?
Not to my knowledge.
Cool. What about 2,872?
2,872?
Yep.
Is that T. Hand's scoring record?
That's Tyler Hansborough's scoring record, all-time leading UNC scorer.
Yep.
784 is what you need to get to tie. And it's also the exact amount of points you scored last season.
Oh, really?
You scored 784 last year. You need 784 to tie Tyler Hansborough. Is that something you're chasing? Is that maybe one of the reasons you're still at UNC this year?
I mean, it's crazy just hearing, how many points I scored last year, because I honestly did not know how many points I scored last year. But just to be in that conversation and to have the chance to be able to break it or just be close enough to break it, it means a lot. It's kind of hard to put into words, but I don't really have like a main focus on it going into this year. I kind of just want to go out there, just play my game, play basketball. And if I happen to break it, I break it. So it will definitely be a surreal moment if I do.
I have one more stat for you, one more number. Do you know what 2,118 represents?
Is that my?
That's not you. You're 2,088. So
that's mine, though.
It is not.
Is it Phil Ford?
I believe that is your dad's scoring total at Mercy College.
And he is the all-time leading scorer there.
You are 30 points away from passing your dad in college basketball scoring. There's not many people that are top 5 in UNC scoring history, but also the second leading scorer in their own family. What's maybe Pop's going to say when you get those 30 points and pass him on the all-time college scoring list?
Yeah, I mean, I think his first initial thought is going to be like, he'll always say to me like because he like back in his days that he'll beat me in my prime and his prime.
Okay.
So he'll brag about that, but he'll just be happy for me because he's put all of his time and effort into me to make sure that I was being able to be the best player I can be and put myself in the position to where I am now. So, but just to hear that out loud, I mean, it's a family of bucket getters.
Family of bucket getters. I also think he may have done it without a three-point shot. So
I don't think they had 3-point shots bad.
So that's my point.
Which makes it even harder.
I was going to say, so you might have to, beat him by a couple hundred to make up for that. So obviously, with you not being aware of all those numbers off the top, that's not the motivating. Like your individual scoring records aren't the reason for you being back at UNC. So what is it? What is the reason that this year was one you wanted to have in Chapel Hill?
Yeah, I mean, obviously those individual accomplishments and accolades are great, but there's one thing that's left on the table and unfinished business for me, and that's overall to win a national championship. That's always been my goal going into college. Being here for 4 years, going on 5. Got super close my sophomore year, and I want to be able to feel that feeling again, because that's like one of the greatest feelings you'll ever feel in your life, and one of the great experiences as well. So that's like the main goal, and just honestly just my legacy, my impact on this program, this university, on my teammates. And it's hard to say no to a university like this. I mean, to have another year, to play another year here and run out that tunnel in front of the best fans, and to put that jersey on one more time, it's like, why not?
So is it championship or bust? If that's the motivation for coming back, is that the measure of success for this year's team?
It's not going to be championship or bust. It's going to just, the measure for this team is going to be how can we improve each day. The main goal is obviously to win as many games as we can and win every tournament we can, because as a competitor, I feel like you should always have that edge and that mindset that you want to win all the time. Obviously, lives happen, games happen, things are not going to go your way all the time, and probability plays a role into things. But that should always be in your mind, to go out there and wanting to win and wanting to compete. So that would be the measure of this team's success, is wanting to win.
R.J. Davis, UNC grad student, guard, ACC Player of the Year a season ago, Jerry West Award winner, joining us here at ACC Tip-Off. every great player, right? And this becomes the legend of like the greats in the NBA that 10 years in, they take a summer, they add something to their game that they didn't have. Obviously, with all the accolades I just read, you had a pretty good year last year. What do you want to add to it individually?
Yeah, individually, I just want to add to my overall game, sharpening my tools in terms of my shooting capability, making sure that's up to par, my playmaking. And I feel like my defense really took a big step last year, so I want to be able to take another huge step this year. But overall, add on to my leadership role vocally. That's been a huge challenge for me this year, just because I know of, we have a lot of younger guys and inexperienced guys, and it's a quieter team than last year's team, just in terms of personality. So being able to kind of uplift the guys and bring that energy, because leadership, I've learned from one of my strength coaches. He said, leadership is a full-time job. You should be exhausted by the end of the day. And so
that sounds like a strength coach.
Yeah. I take an account into that, and making sure I'm holding myself accountable in doing that.
You're going to miss Armando? You guys have been kind of leading this program for the last few years. How much are you going to miss him?
It's hard to replace Mondo. He's one of a kind, player, person. And, I always say it felt like he's been here longer than the 5 years he's played here for. But just the impact that he left on this university and me personally has been something that I can't ask much for. But I enjoyed it. I do miss him a lot. But it allows other guys to kind of just step up and mold into the players that they're able to become.
RJ, thank you very much for taking the time. Good luck this season.
Thank you.